This episode of the DJ Force X podcast is proudly sponsored by Fixed. Fixed is a fan and artist-friendly independent record label that specialises in hybrid electronic rock. It's home to the likes of Celduella, Blue Starly, I Will Never Be the Same, Richie Nix, The Algorithm, Voicians, See the Akira, and a whole bunch more. Check out their latest label sampler for just $1 at their official store, fixedstore.com. That's FIXT store.com. Save 10% off your first order by using my coupon code FORCEX. That's F-O-R-C-E.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to this week's Crossing.
Shirts, hoodies, stickers,
welcome to this week's DJ Force X podcast
for all their artists, and this is available worldwide with fantastic international shipping rates to go with that. So head over to fixedstore.com and check them out. And don't forget, use my coupon code FORCEX. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the DJ Force X podcast, episode 28. I did that. But yeah, I'm in a musical mood at the moment. I'm actually writing new music. So yeah, look forward to that. I might just throw it in on the podcast once it's ready. But I'm looking for musicians. If anyone wants just a studio project, just a bit of fun. I've knocked together some ideas and stuff. I just need some musicians to sort of tidy up some of my ideas and stuff. So guitarist, bassist, saxophone, whatever. Give me a shout. Info at djforcex.com. Anyway, this week I am speaking to Danny and Andy of my old band, Victorian Whore Dogs. I was in a band for a couple of years in the UK after Zero Cypher, called Victorian Whore Dogs. Kind of a doomy, sludgy, heavy, stonery type sound. And they've kept that going, and they've got an album out called Afternoonified, which drops on, should be the day of release of this, so the 31st of March. It'll be available for digital release. They've had some delay on the physical side of things with the printers, but they will have a CD available. You can pre-order that from the Hibernacular Records website or the band's Bandcamp site, which you go to Bandcamp, put in Victorian Whore Dogs. It should be the only band called that. It's a pretty cool name. Anyway, this week, this month has gone by. Thank you for all the people that downloaded the last podcast. It has been absolutely crazy. Rich Collins, fantastic guest. Apologies for not releasing one 2 weeks afterwards. I had some technical issues, which are now resolved. And we're back with this one. It's a great interview. I'm not going to spoil it by saying anything about it, but it was much fun. Much fun was had. But yeah, other than that, this month, check out the new Algorithm record, which is out on April the 1st. I'm going to try and get Remy in on the podcast as soon as possible to talk about that. But go to the Fixed website. If you want to buy it, you get 10% off with my code FORCEX. That's FORCEX, as the advert told you at the start of this episode. Also, check out the Chemist record, which is already out, Warrior Sound. Fantastic record. Nice bit of drum and bass and rock. They got plenty of other good artists as well, so check them all out. And check out Celduella. Recently, as of today, I believe, or yesterday, he has done the soundtrack to Killer Instinct Season 3 on the Xbox One, which is one of my favourite games on the Xbox, and the soundtrack done by him. Just two of my favourite things together. So check that out. That'd be great. And anything else, I'm going to see Skin Dread. Hopefully getting them on the podcast soon as well. They're coming to St. Pete next month. Yeah, that's about it for now. I'm going to let you get on because I'm babbling. Let you get on with the interview. So yeah, enjoy. Welcome to this week's show. I have some very special guests, some very old friends of mine from back in England. I have Andy and Danny, bassist and vocalist respectively of Victorian Whore Dogs. How are you guys doing?
Hello. Hi. How you doing?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Supple.
Excellent. Taking your cod liver on.
Stretching out perfectly.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. So just to start off, let's get some background on you guys. For the benefit of my listeners, some of the ones that are here that haven't heard of you. And yeah, go. I know Andy was there from the start. So if you want to start, then bring us up to today. Go for it.
Well, it was many moons ago. In fact, I never really remember what year we started because we were just like messing around and writing stuff in the cabins, if you remember them.
Yep.
For quite a while before we even like took the stage, because I'd never been in a band that played live before. The other two guys had been Steve and Adam, so we wanted to make sure we were top notch before we forced ourselves on any people in the public. And then, obviously you joined us for a little bit.
I did. Yes, I did indeed. That was
I'm Matt Barney. I'm going to interview you now.
You're going to interview me? Oh,
yeah. What's your favourite colour?
My favourite colour is red.
Okay, what's your favourite football?
A round one.
Good, yeah, good.
What's your favourite ointment?
Ointment? I would say calamine lotion.
Ooh.
Saucy.
Yeah, it's lovely and pink.
Come on then, tell us about you joining.
About me joining. Okay, I joined in 2010, 2011, around that time. I had just broken up from a previous relationship with a group of people. So, and your drummer, Stephen,
Who will remain nameless,
Stephen. He approached me at my 30th birthday party, of which he came to. I had a surprise party thrown for me. So this was 2010. Now it all clicks in. So, he approached me saying, you guys were looking for a singer. And I said I'd do it. And we kind of, a couple of months after that, once I got some bits sorted, it sort of started happening. I joined you guys in a shed in the back garden in Guildford somewhere. And I was in that position for about 2.5 years before I left jolly old England for the United States of America. In that time, we played a few shows, recorded a couple of demos, and then, I left. And then you got Danny.
Yeah.
So if Danny,
I'm completely stuck on the image of Steve coming up to you at your birthday. Actually, just to go back to that, I just imagine him floating across the room like a creepy Nosferatu.
Yeah, he does that in many locations. So
I've got an impersonation of him saying hello as well. You ready?
Go on then.
Hello.
That's pretty much bang on.
My all-time favourite thing with Steve is watching him trying to be normal around people, and he's somehow creepier than if he's just being himself.
Yes, that is a very true. Yeah, I've seen him in what we call normal situations, and it does seem creepy. Even though when you get to know him, he is creepy. So.
Yeah, he actually is.
But when he's doing it, when he's doing it naturally, it's like, okay, yep, he's creepy. It's fine. He's creepy. He's not gonna, do anything to me, But when he is putting that normal mentality on, where he's trying to be normal, it looks creepy.
Okay, so the way Danny joined was. So we didn't actually do that many gigs without a vocalist, to be honest.
Mm.
After you left, we obviously left it a while before we started looking again. We kind of tried out a couple of people, and it wasn't really working. And then we did a gig at the Star with a microphone set up in the middle of the stage with a sign on it saying "Singer Wanted," and we just did an instrumental set. And Danny's other band, Pravis, were playing there.
Mm-hmm.
He liked the idea of joining us, so that's how that happened.
Yeah, I heard your bass tone, and I was like, I need to join this band.
Nice.
So there wasn't like because the band that I was in, Pravis, at the time, ironically, was like our last ever gig because we were splitting up because our drummer moved back to Wales. Okay. So weirdly, kind of in a similar situation, and like in the scene that we were kind of in, where we were playing around in Guildford and around other areas, there wasn't really any sludge or any kind of doomy sort of stuff around that we were kind of playing with. It was mostly kind of like metalcore and hardcore, and then like these more genty bands coming out. And then when I heard you lot playing, I was like, oh my god, this is so heavy. Kind of something I wanted to try and do, because I hadn't been the singer in a band for a long time. I've been the singer and the guitarist, so it was a kind of change. And yeah, then it turned out to be really like a really, really good opportunity and a good choice for me to do it, really, because it's become really fucking fun now.
Yeah, you.
Allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can swear. That's fine.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
It's the world of
Bottoms.
Yes.
Bottom farts.
It's the world
Willies.
of willies. My goodness. Bottoms, willies, and front bottoms, and all kinds of stuff.
It's very English here, crumpets.
Crumpets and
yeah, so since then we've been doing as many gigs as we can get. We did a Bloodstock last year, which was awesome.
Yep.
That was crazy.
And a little bit crazy and weird. I didn't really feel like I was in my own body for the whole weekend. It was just, that was weird. Nice. But it was awesome at the same time.
Yeah, I was in a perpetual state of being like, am I here?
That was because of all the drugs.
Well, yeah, but that was me being an idiot and going, hey, let's try all this, oh Lord. Luckily, I don't do that anymore, but yeah.
Cool, so Bloodstock was good. Bloodstock was good for you guys.
It was. The thing that was crazy about it was, like, I guess, because we'd gone through the Metal to the Masses a couple of times, and I'd gone through the Metal to the Masses with other bands before in the past, and having never gone through before, I was kind of a little bit apprehensive myself, because I don't know, feeling like playing a festival and you've like won a battle of the bands, I wasn't quite sure how we'd be treated, but they treated us so nice there. Yeah. They just treated us like every other band that played there. There was no, I mean, we were considering like we were really just a really, in comparison, like a needle drop tiny band around all these other massive bands playing. We were treated like we were just, just any other blokes, really, which is lovely.
But yeah, if anyone doesn't know about it, Metal to the Masses is like the New Blood stage at the Bloodstock, which I think is awesome because it gives smaller bands a chance to get that festival experience, and it really sort of fosters the scene that doesn't normally get the attention that it should do.
Yeah,
it's a good one as well, I think, because they don't really treat it like a battle of the bands either. It's very much kind of, you play a gig as good as you possibly can as a band, show how good you are, and then, I mean, it goes through like a couple of heats with crowd votes and judges, and then at the end it's Simon Hall, the guy who kind of runs Metal to the Masses, that kind of decides on the last band. I think sometimes he does like wild cards when he gets two bands in, if there's two that really kind of stick out. But it doesn't feel like all the bands, I mean, especially the one we did in Reading, which has a great scene anyway, it didn't feel like everyone was like battling with each other. We were just all we were all mates who played before anyway.
Yeah.
Who were just playing a gig with each other. And I mean, in the final it kind of got kind of heated, but I mean, for us, we were kind of like, we decided we'd try a bit harder this time round, but we, being, English and a bit self-defeating, we were kind of like, yeah, we're not going to get through, whatever. And then they got through every kind of heat, we're like, oh God, we're at the final. Oh, Jesus. Okay. And that was just a really weird experience, but just that attitude of thinking, oh my God, we've actually gone through. What?
The other weird experience was at that same gig. We had loads of women in the audience take their clothes off.
Yeah, well, that was brilliant.
Nice.
So, that was an added bonus.
Without any prompting from me or any of us.
Are you sure?
No, he actually prompted the men to take their clothes off.
Yeah, I wanted equality, but no one would do it. I mean, I don't mind boobs, obviously, but, sometimes you've got to get a bit of penis in there.
Yeah, just to balance it out, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Stand for gender equality. I just want to see everyone naked because I'm a randy sod, really.
Yeah. Get that orgy thing going again.
Yeah. We'll be like orgy metal.
Nice. Not like Orgy the band, though.
No. If only Orgy the band had orgies on stage, how awesome would that be?
Yeah, it would certainly set them apart from other bands of that ilk. So.
Or if they gave out like free bargies.
Oh, it's like this bargie spelled wrong.
Yeah, orgy bargies.
Orgy bargies. Oh, they just fried them on stage. We're going very off tangent, aren't we?
No, that's all right. It's all right. So, from Bloodstock, what kind of exposure did that give you?
A lot, to be fair. It was.
I think there's a couple of venues that take you a bit more seriously when you say that you've played somewhere like that. Yeah. So you've probably got some opportunities you might not have done before, but at the same time, you can't just sit back and relax. You've got to use the momentum and keep going.
Yep.
pushing yourself forwards.
I'd say really playing it was really good for us, but I think the thing that did us the best was the fact that we stuck around in the backstage area for most of the festival when we weren't watching bands we wanted to see, just networking with people, just doing like we do in any ordinary gig.
Yeah.
Because that's really, I mean, realistically, that's all this scene really is. It's just everyone talking and knowing each other, which is what makes it so amazing, really, because like you will go to, like, when we were at the backstage of Bloodstock, we'd still see people that we knew, and there was people that were like interviewing us that we knew, and it was still kind of crazy how small the scene actually is in comparison to what you think it is.
Yeah.
You think like, oh, it's only, there's people playing all the way up in Newcastle, I'll never meet them, and then you see them at a gig and you're like, wow, God, I know like people all over the country now.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, like Andy said, it's definitely, it's what you make of it with the Melt to the Masses, I think. I mean, playing it is a great opportunity and it's an amazing thing to do, but yeah, like Andy said, you have to we've had to keep kind of the ball rolling with it because we didn't want to kind of slow down, we just wanted to keep going.
Yeah, that is the trick. You can't sit on something like that. You have to keep going. It's like anything in the music industry. You get signed to a label, you think that's it. You know, if it's a major label, you think, oh great, I've done it. But that's when like more hard work starts because you've got to keep going because they're expecting you to produce something, and you're kind of sitting back hoping that they will build the hype. So then you just have to go out and play shows. But yeah, when you play something like a festival like that and go through the process you went through and built up that momentum to start with, and it kind of, you kind of, for want of a better word, climax at the festival.
Literally.
That's the only thing I could think of. But
you were sitting there thinking about it, going, I can't say this word, but I'm going to have to.
He's still a whore dog at heart.
Yeah, he is completely.
Yeah. But like even afterwards, like let's keep going with this theme. Even afterwards, you go for a quick cuddle, but you've got to go again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And you've got to keep going.
You got to rest. You got to let the cramp go down. Then you got to keep pounding. Yes,
exactly that. It's that mentality you need, and that has moved you on to produce an album, which we'll talk about now, which is Afternoonified. Is that right?
Yes.
Right.
It's an old Victorian word which means smart and sophisticated.
Yeah,
very
definitely are.
Yeah, we completely are.
Totally.
We're actually conducting this interview wearing tuxedos.
Oh, really?
While doing math equations.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what you were wearing because I cannot see you. So
mostly nothing.
Okay, cool.
We're kind of doing the interview in a spoon position.
Yeah,
nice.
And he's very warm.
Is it on a chaise longue?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Purple one.
Purple one.
Covered in glitter.
Oh. And
there's glitter all up in my business.
Yeah, so glitter gets everywhere. It's
oh yes, it gets everywhere.
And it stays there.
Yeah.
It doesn't move for many months.
Oh, I know. It's beautiful.
so right, Afternoonified. It's going to be released on the 31st of March. Is that right?
Yeah.
Via Hibernacular Records, which is your record label, Danny, which you set up with Steve.
Yeah. I mean, it's Steve and I just basically started it off because we wanted a platform to release our own music, and then some other people came along saying, "Oh, we don't really know a lot about releasing our own stuff. We kind of want a bigger platform." But it's still very DIY, like, because obviously two of us are in Whore Dogs as well as in the label. It's kind of, we try to make it so every band kind of does. We don't try and tell bands what to record, obviously, because there's no point in doing that.
Yeah.
What we like, really. But it means that we don't really have a lot of pressure from labels. I mean, we obviously means that we still have to trump a lot of the funding ourselves, but we're kind of getting to a stage now where we're being sensible enough with kind of merch sales and what we're spending money out on so that it's recouping itself.
Cool.
With using a fancy business word.
Yes, you have a business model.
Yeah.
That you are working with.
The thing with it is, it's just like, because I mean, I've done, as I'm sure you probably do as well, you know a lot about the music industry, like, there's the big platform of being in a major record label, but at the same time, the amount of costs and debt that you get put in for getting that, realistically now, if you're not afraid to do the hard work and save a bit of money yourself, it's better to do it yourself, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some bands which I've like we've been in contact with the label before. We've released a couple of their demos, and then they've gone off to go to bigger labels because that's what they wanted. Because maybe they don't have as much money, or they want like less planning done there, and which is perfectly fine. I have no problem with bands that feel like they should do that, but I think from our point of view, we're the kind of band that we like to do everything ourselves. Like every one of us kind of does stuff in the band to kind of help the band along. So
yeah,
I think we keep it to ourselves. But then equally at the same time, having the label is kind of a good advantage because sometimes in the music industry, people would rather talk to labels.
Yeah, that's very
than
true.
Bands for some reason.
Yeah, they do because it kind of gives them a what's the word, like a level thought process on the actual like when if a label's speaking about a band rather than because the band's speaking about themselves, they're going to say anything to sort of get in favour with and sort of kiss arse, if you will. Whereas you have that label front, you can kind of front that to them and they'll listen to you that way. Because I found that a lot of labels don't like to speak directly to the band. They like an intermediate of a manager or a press agent or a lawyer or someone like that to kind of, so that they know what they're going to get into, what they're gauging from, and what they want. So
that'll be the next stage of our band. There'll be a manager who'll turn up at practice in a tuxedo representing me.
Yeah. You won't talk to the rest of us.
Just have my vocals pre-recorded on a dictaphone. Just presses play.
Will you be holding a cricket bat?
Yeah. I need to invest in a cricket bat. So we've done pretty much, the album's been done all entirely by us. It's all DIY completely. We recorded everything at Silent Hill in Guildford, thanks to Dan's Mondays, like extremely accommodating prices and us able to use his room. We basically built a studio in there kind of out of all of the equipment that I was able to gather from friends that I'd borrowed off or stuff I'd had myself.
What was awesome was the laptop was set up on an old toilet.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah. That added to our whole our mystique.
Yeah, the control room was basically an outhouse.
Nice.
Which was awesome.
Did you have any pictures or videos of this?
There was a couple. I did a couple of like ones when I was kind of like recording little bits, but I hadn't really got around to releasing it yet. I was just doing it kind of for my own amusement, really, because I stayed there for the entirety of like the recording process of especially drums. I stayed there overnight, and I think I went a little bit stir crazy because I was in a inflatable bed for about 3 days in this cold rehearsal studio. I was a bit loopy.
I can imagine. I remember spending many like long nights recording music in a barn in the middle of Crondall out in Farnham in England. And it was like all night recording sessions, and it got really cold because it's a barn, so it's not insulated or anything like that. So yeah, I know exactly how that can go, and lots of pizza and many random conversations, and you do go home feeling delirious.
So I was living off of those £1 rustic microwavable burgers.
Oh,
didn't dwell in my
that's probably still in your gut as well. You know that.
It probably is. It's manifested itself into a kidney stone. Sponsored by Rustic Burgers.
Yes.
Branding.
Nice. So you recorded it yourselves out in Silent Hill, which is in Guildford as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I listened to I got sent it yesterday, and listened to it, and yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I really enjoy the tracks. Was it Barrington Monroe?
Oh yeah.
And Southern Fried Homicide.
Nice.
I really like those tracks, and obviously some of the older tracks as well that I know very well. Snatch Files, Nan Shag, A Geisha, and all that.
How did that sit with you, actually, out of interest? I'd love to know what your take was listening to those songs again with a completely different spin.
It was actually pretty good, and it was really nice to hear in Snatch Files that one bit that was the bit I did, the bit I wrote. You know, where it breaks down. You know, and it was like I was listening to that. I was like, oh, they kept that. Awesome. You know, but no, it was really cool because I heard the Fetch, the new Fetch or the re-released Fetch version, and I really like the tracks on that. The take you did, and obviously I saw you guys live a couple of times. So
yeah.
You know, and it, you know, I'm not going to say it wasn't weird because obviously I was quite close to some of those tracks.
Of course, yeah.
But it was really good to hear a different spin on them. You know, and yeah, no, it was really good. No, I really enjoyed the whole album. I've listened to it a couple of times since.
Cool, cheers, man.
And yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and hopefully it'll do well for you. And what's the response been so far? I know it's a bit early in the sort of press run of things. I know you've probably got a month and a half left at this point.
Yeah.
How's the reaction been so far from other places, if you've had any?
Well, the thing that we decided to do differently this time round was Steve and I, very fortunately, got in contact with a PR guy who's actually based in the US.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's called Curtis Duwise of Duwa PR.
Okay.
He does stuff for Conan. He's done quite a lot of stuff for some of the bands on our label before that have sold really well. So we decided, because we needed kind of the next step up from Hobo Chic, which was our last release, which it got a couple of reviews from us kind of emailing it ourselves, but what we found from this PR guy doing it with other releases we'd had was it was like I said before, the whole industry communication thing, because he's quite well known as a PR guy, has a lot of contacts, he was much quicker at getting some traction on reviews. We haven't had any official reviews come through yet, but we just premiered a video for I Have Become, which has got bits of our Bloodstock footage on it. That's been premiered on the No Clean Singing website.
Okay, cool.
Actually on the YouTube on Monday, because they wanted to keep it exclusive on the website, obviously, because they want to keep it for the rest of this week. But it'll be on the Hibernacular YouTube and shared through the Whore Dog one as well on Monday. But that's got some really good kind of responses from it. Because we wanted to kind of we had an opportunity to get the Bloodstock footage filmed, and we thought, because the sound quality was good, but it wasn't the standard that we kind of wanted to kind of show people on a video.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, we basically got all this great professionally filmed camera footage from Bloodstock now. We can basically make a music video out of that with the songs. So we just, luckily, miraculously, you guys managed to play exactly in time with the song. Near enough, which was like, wow, that's insane. Somehow we managed to do everything in time, which was awesome. We just sort of compiled it all together and made a video out of it, and a few people have had some interesting responses from it, saying why is the singer punching himself in the face and playing with himself?
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
You know?
We also had a really funny thing happen the other day where there's a Facebook group called Stupid Metal Archives Bands.
Okay.
So you know the website Metal Archives?
Yeah.
So it's basically this Facebook group someone must have made quite a few years ago, where basically they share funny images and funny pictures of bands that they find on Metal Archives, and everyone has a giggle about it. Someone found us with our quite now famous picture of us running through Farnham Park looking like absolute idiots. And there's been loads of mentions on it. We ended up sharing it on our own page because it was hilarious, just the amount of reactions it got from people. Nothing negative, just people going, what the fuck is this band?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we've always done in this band. Like you'd know as well. We've never really been sour-faced or super serial. Oh, it's metal, we've got to take it super serious and be super hard. It's just no, this is really good fun. Let's just be stupid with it and have a laugh.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And that's kind of that's where we got our name from as well, obviously, because it's Brass Eye TV show.
Yeah.
I think we kind of have, it kind of sums up our humour in the band as well to a degree. It's funny but disturbing and weird at the same time.
It's the general kind of ethos around band as well, anyway, because even
ethos.
I know, look at me,
ethos.
But if you actually just thinking about it, Chris Morris, even the most disturbing stuff he did with Brass Eye and Jam, he still made it with a lot of love and passion. Even though we're a very silly band, we really, really work on our songs quite hard. But it's just we're not the kind of band that wants to stand there going, fucking bitch.
Yeah.
We're not those type of people. I live in Farnham. Up until recently, when it died, I owned a 4x4. I now drive a really nearly brand.
Hello.
Hello.
You cut out a little bit then.
Yeah.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, you can't. Basically, when he was about to say what his new car was, and it
no.
went silent. So
It'll be lived in ambiguity. We'll never know.
we'll leave it there. Then people can wonder. That's fine.
Is it a hearse? Is it a monster truck? Is it? Either.
Oh, we just
It's two poodles pulling a small wagon. but basically, it's just we're not going to try and be people that we're not, because we're all pretty silly and we're all quite weird. So we're not going to try and be uber macho metalheady, because we're not really those type of people.
Yeah.
I mean, our stage show can come across as being a little bit confrontational when, Andy's stamping around going macho hardcore and Adam's standing there being sexy lumberjack and I'm masturbating in front of everyone. But we do it all out of love.
Yes.
Love for ourselves and love for everyone else.
And that emanates from the stage.
Yeah, in forms of massive globules of cum.
Yes, like that scene from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
She walks past the guy in the thing and he's saying, cut my wrist, and he just throws jizz in her face.
That's what band practice with Steve is actually like.
Yeah, I know.
Watch that scene. That is.
You weren't in the band when Barney was in the band, and we were in a shed that was 4 foot square.
I would have had such a hard on there.
You see the movies that are set in Southern America where they're in a prison and they get put in the sweat box.
Yeah, it was
left
like that.
there to suffer. That was what band practice was.
That's why you left for America, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wanted to sweat all the time. I loved it so much.
Yeah. I've been in this sweaty box for so long. I don't know a life without sweat.
Yes, I'm going to move to Florida where it's hot all the fucking time. Oh dear, yeah, I remember those days. They were, they were sweaty, especially in the brief summers that we had, because it was such a tiny box. It was like 6 by 6 foot, and in there was a drum kit. You, me, the other two, and everything else, like amps and everything. And then it was just, it was very noisy.
And Adam must have been the filling in that sweaty sandwich.
Yes, he was. And when we had, oh crap, what was his name? Steve, that was it. The other guitarist. Yeah. Sorry.
Steve.
His other Steve. His name totally escaped me. And we had 5 of us in there.
Yeah.
At that point,
who's the guy that owned it again? What was the guy's name?
I want to say Nev.
Yeah, that was it, Neville. He had apparently at one time he had an 11-piece ska band in there. They must have literally been stacked on top of each other.
Do you imagine how painful it must have been with those horns?
Yeah.
It's right in your face.
Unless they were blowing each other.
I kind of have this image of a trombone slowly pushing me in the
face. Can you turn the trombone down a bit?
So speaking of silliness and comedy and things like that, you got a couple of shows coming up. One with tomorrow night, as if we're recording this, with Necrogoblicon.
Yes,
who I absolutely fucking love. They are they're fantastic. They're kind of that kind of sense of humor where they're a serious band, but they don't take themselves seriously. Have you checked them out before?
I watched a few of their videos. It's pretty entertaining. I'm really looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, it's going to be a laugh.
Say hello to John for me though.
I shall.
Who is the Goblin? Is John Goblin?
Oh, he's the Goblin. Awesome.
His name is John. He's an insurance salesman, I think.
That's amazing. That is the coolest thing about this band now.
And
it's something crazy that Adam told me at the last band practice that I didn't realise, and it kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gig is our 100th gig.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It does not feel like 100 gigs.
Has he been keeping count then?
He's kept logs of every gig we've ever played.
He's really laid back about a lot of things, and it's difficult to make him do anything.
Yeah.
But then he's really particular about really odd things. But I think he keeps most of our any posters that go up on Facebook or events or get out, and he keeps track of how many gigs we've done.
He's got every list of all the gigs that you played with him as well when you were in the band as well. He's got every gig that the band's done since his inception.
That's crazy. I wouldn't expect that from him because, like you said, he's kind of laid back about a lot of things. But having kept count, of how many shows they played in that particular band.
Yeah, it is crazy that it's got to 100 gigs.
Yeah, no, that's really cool though. I mean, and what a way to do it with this particular band who, like I said, absolutely, they're actually coming to Tampa in April, I think. So I'm going to go see them. But I've been following them for a while, and I love their video. No One Survives. That was their big video, but their latest one, We Need a Gimmick, is really.
Oh, that's the one I saw. That's incredible.
But that guy in the guy John Goblicon, he joins them on stage, and he's like their dancer.
Amazing.
See, I was really tempted. I've got an orc mask, and I was really tempted to go along with that and then challenge him.
Do it. He's got his own talk show on YouTube as well. If you've seen that.
Okay.
As the Goblin.
As the Goblin, it's called Right Now with John Goblicon. And there's there's 2 episodes up at the moment on YouTube, but go check them out. They're great. You'd love them. It's brilliant. But yeah,
I kind of want him to try and sell you insurance while dressed as it. As you can see.
But check out the No One Survives video if you haven't checked that out yet.
Okay, I will check that one out.
That was their that got multi-million hits. That was what sort of got them as well known as they are. But yeah, it's an absolute brilliant video. So I'd suggest checking that out.
Yeah, I mean it was really nice actually because Guildford's our regular haunt that we've played a lot of gigs there, and it was really nice as opposed to kind of chasing up about the gig and kind of emailing and begging and pleading and selling our anuses to try and get on gigs.
Yeah.
The promoter actually emailed us and said, "Oh, do you want to play this?" We're like, "Yeah."
Nice.
Definitely.
It was Progressive, wasn't it? Progressive.
Oh no, they got the. I think it was the guy that runs the boiler in Duncan, wasn't it, that messaged us?
Okay.
Yes. But I imagine it's probably the promotion company that. I imagine it's probably the boiler room messaged us because probably the promotion company just said, "Oh, you get the support bands or something."
Yeah. No, fair enough. Cool.
And it's Throat Punch City
and Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning who are playing with us as well,
Cool.
which will be really cool.
Cool. Are they both local bands?
Throat Punch are, yeah. I know they're like mates of mates.
Okay.
But I think Dead Reckoning are from Milton Keynes.
Okay. They're coming a little way. Hello.
No, we actually just stopped talking there.
Oh, okay. All right.
We just don't want to talk to you anymore.
Are we done now? Are we?
I'm done. I'm done.
Fine. Fuck you. Good night.
Whatever.
We're having a little singer bitch off here.
Oh no!
It's like 2 girls fighting for my attention.
Are we gonna?
Andy, I love you more.
It's okay. I'll have you both.
Oh.
Are we gonna have Twitter beef?
Oh, twits beef.
Twit beef. Because I would prefer twit pork.
I don't want any beef. I have had my burger today.
Yes.
I've had enough.
And it was medium rare. Little bit of blood.
Burger King, so I think died.
So
sponsored by Burger King.
So it was cardboard.
Oh yeah,
and dog food mixed in a mush of oatmeal and salt. Lots of salt.
And sadness.
Yeah, tears.
Yeah, it's the tears. That's where they get the salt from.
Yeah.
Cool. So
we just self-edited. It was great.
Yeah, I just stopped myself from it.
You could have kept going. This is podcasting.
No, I really couldn't have.
As I say, if you had Steve on here, we'd just be. If I had to edit, it would just be just white noise.
One of the.
And what do you think, Steve?
Really?
There's a brilliant moment at Bloodstock where we took him into the press tent.
Yeah.
He was wearing his leather bondage dog mask thing that he's bought.
Yeah.
We were talking to some guy, and Steve was totally in character and was going off on one about what was it, Crufts?
Yeah, he was talking about the unfair
treatment
discrimination
of a red setter.
Yeah, of a red setter at Crufts.
The guy that was interviewing us was starting to look a little bit freaked out.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Is that interview online? Did it make it online?
I don't know. Didn't find. I have to look for it.
I have no clue.
I bet none of the video ones we had ever got anywhere. They just looked at it and went, no. There is a funny thing on the backstage Bloodstock thing. They were doing like I can't remember the name of the film company, but the internal film company, Bloodstock.
Yeah.
It was like a compilation thing of like all the bands shouting Bloodstock at the start, and myself and Bones the Beard from the band Marassa Molasses did one. We took it a bit too seriously, and as opposed to they said to us, just scream Bloodstock in front of the camera and look really metal. So instead we kind of like started screaming it, and then I began dry humping him and then got him on the floor. And it's all very, very gay and very lovely.
I'm going to have to go through and see if I can find that. We love Bones. He's a good guy.
He is. He's really helped us out over the years. Like,
yeah.
From the early gigs doing Fleet. Do you remember the community centre in Fleet?
I do.
They were actually surprisingly really fun gigs.
They were.
There was mental.
Pretty much blood and everything in those shows, wasn't there? So.
Oh man, I wish there was blood at the gigs.
There was a mosh pit in front of a vending machine, and someone nearly went through the vending machine.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, so we're doing April is going to be really busy for us because we're kind of doing a lot of dates with Marassa Molasses because as we got our album coming out on March the 31st, they've been recording their album, but I don't think they're going to release it in that time. I think they're going to do like a music video kind of thing, but they've spent a lot of time on their album, and I think they're planning to do like a big vinyl release and stuff. So
okay,
it's probably going to be out a bit later in the year, but we're pretty much. Because obviously the kind of bands that we are, we're not really at the stage where we can kind of play midweek gigs and do kind of long full-week tours because you can't really bring the people. That's the problem because most people don't really want to go out on the school night if they can afford it.
Yeah.
It's a bit, it's too much travelling and people got to get up early, which we completely understand. So what we've kind of done is from the end of March right through till the end of April, we're doing pretty much every long weekend with a few extra Thursdays in, so we're just doing like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Cool.
Doing them all over the place. So we've got like one with Bones and Morass, and then that's kind of running up until the 10th. Then from the I can't remember what the date is.
Doesn't matter.
The week after that. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
There's a weekend that we're doing a tour, like a little sort of mini tour with Tides of Sulphur and Greenhorn.
Yeah, who are really good mates of
ours. And then any time we're not doing that, we're out with Marassa Molasses. So
yeah, and any other time we're not doing that, we're vigorously fellatioing each other.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless you got that locking jaw.
Yeah, I'm always the one with lockjaw. I've got the more robust and supple tongue. Band.
You get it done quick.
Yeah, Steve's is like sandpaper, and Adam's too much of a pussy to take in the head. So he's all about giving. He's never about receiving.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making it my mission to try and kind of start this rumor that Adam's like this incredible lumbersexual because he keeps getting hit on by gay men at gigs.
He's like seriously.
He's got a massive gay following. It's great. They've got these real kind of. There's these people that they're latching onto him because I mean, to be fair, he's a good-looking guy. He really is.
He's like a modern-day Wurzel Gummidge.
Does he enjoy his cup of tea and slice of cake?
I totally imagine he would. Gets out of his Land Rover after a long day of working on tractors.
Does he still have his? Does he have a Land Rover then? Not the rapey van.
No, he's got a like falling apart old Land Rover now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the van went ages ago.
Yeah, you can hear his Land Rover pulling up for about 3 miles before he gets there. There was this. What was the car he was borrowing for a while where he had to keep refilling the brake fluid because it was leaking.
Oh yeah, we were doing a gig down in Worthing. We drove past him at the side of the road, and we're like, oh, that's not right.
He just had to go round a roundabout doing 70 because his brake fluid just ran out and just couldn't stop.
Fucking hell. Cool. So you got those shows lined up. Is there anything else brewing that you can talk to us about, or is it just pretty much what's there?
We're hopefully going to get a video done for just after when we release the album. like a proper one with a story to it. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, we've met a really cool, I suppose, video man, film photographer, something or other.
He makes some moving pictures on the TV that you can see, and then it's like real people, but they're in a box.
Yeah, you like watch them on like YouTube and stuff, and it's like they're really there, but then you're not there, so you're not lonely.
Is it a talkie?
It'll be a talkie.
Not one of those silent movies with just piano.
But we'll just we'll sit there and we'll sort of do all of the riffs a cappella, and I'll just sort of speak to them in a very soft voice.
But yeah, it's gonna be very us. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. We can't, obviously, we don't want to give anything away, but it's going to be silly. So that's hopefully, if everything goes to plan, going to come out just after the album actually drops, or kind of a little bit after.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be like a proper storyboarded official video and stuff, because as nice as the Bloodstock one is, and it was really good to have it because we could kind of show off that we were able to kind of be there.
Yeah.
We want to do an official one as well anyway, because we've always had all these ideas.
Yes.
You in particular, had loads of ideas.
Our band's got quite a vivid imagination, as you know.
I know, yeah.
Should be rehearsing.
So what track's that going to be for? Have you got that planned? Or are you just going to keep that?
I actually thought that far. We've just decided that we're going to make this video.
I think it was going to be for Captain Kirk, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, Captain Kirk. It was going to be for Captain Kirk, was my favourite stormtrooper.
I love those titles.
Yeah, that's us.
We've been writing. We're on a pretty good roll for writing stuff at the moment as well. So I guess we got like 6 or 7 songs that on the album. There was a few that we didn't manage to record because we didn't have enough time, and some bits weren't really finished. But we've got probably about 6 or 7 songs plus the ones we've been writing at the moment, which I'm probably going to either do a couple on a split with another band or do another album, hopefully. Yeah.
Because I think I think our general consensus may be that we want to stop doing EPs because albums are a little bit more, well, for one, they're more cost effective, and you can kind of put a bit more effort into putting all the songs in there. EPs are kind of good for tasters and stuff like that. Now, when you don't really have enough material, but you want to put stuff out and get your name around, but kind of enough stuff released and out there now, especially once the album's out.
Yeah, I think it's more that we just feel that doing another album rather than EP is quite doable at the moment.
Yeah,
definitely. We're kind of in a good space, so we're going to keep plugging away at that.
That's cool. I mean, that's it's different from a lot of bands I've spoken to recently who are kind of not falling on it, but they're doing quite well from it in releasing not EPs, but releasing a couple of tracks every couple of months. Just for people to chew on. It's like with the sort of generation of music listeners out there, keeping like content regularly coming out rather than in a like an album format where they like a couple of singles album and then 2 years later a couple of singles album. A lot of them are going like a couple of tracks every 2-3 months.
I think it can be good, but it's very easy to kind of, from my opinion, it could be quite easy to kind of overdo it and kind of almost flood your fan base if you're kind of doing that a bit too often. I mean, for us, in the kind of sludgy doom sort of scene that we're kind of attached to, there's still quite a big hark into like a lot of physicals. Like people still buy vinyl and tapes, so there's still kind of that kind of old school mentality. Even with a lot of the younger fans, are kind of, they're wanting the physical album. They're wanting kind of everything all in one big package.
Yeah,
but it's not something we've never like kind of shied away from. But I guess from our point of view, we'd rather kind of have everything contained in one.
Yeah,
and then kind of promote it all properly.
Do you know what? It's like so easy these days to not have an attention span. Just get a fucking attention span. Get an album. Listen to a whole album. It's not hard. It's like everyone's pandering to people that want like 15 seconds of like entertainment. It's like eventually bands aren't even going to bring out whole songs. They'll be like, here's 30 seconds of a song. So it's bad. Like, it's all right if it's a grind band because that's what they do. But
that's a prog song for a grind band. 15 seconds, Jesus. It's like bands that now release like official teasers to their official trailer for their album.
Yeah,
it's like
really, you've done 3 gigs in the last 3 years. Why are you teasing something? No one cares.
Yeah. Or are you guys going to do a lyric video?
No. If we do it, it would be awful.
We were thinking about it, but we were going to do like a really awful one.
Yeah, you should do like the old style karaoke one with the bouncing ball.
Oh yeah.
And just some like random granny with like the multicoloured background dancing along to it or something.
I just filmed Stephen making loom bands.
Yeah.
The length of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we could just like intercut it with terrible scenes of death from Disney. Have Mufasa's death on loop.
This is how Nemo's mother
Everyone
died.
cry. This has gone off on such a tangent. I love it.
That's good. It's all good. It's all good. All right, we're going to do a couple more questions, then we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to ask you both this question. Your 3 top albums that kind of define you as a musician. Or a person, even.
You first.
No, you first. Ladies first.
I don't ever have like top albums, really.
You got to have an album that like at one point you were like, "Fuck, that's a great album," and it stuck with you.
Vision of Disorder Imprint.
Okay, cool.
Because it's ridiculously good.
Have you heard their new one?
I haven't. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it better than the last one?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want any beef from Vision of Disorder now.
No, like seriously,
they're big and scary.
But Imprint really hit me at the right moment. At that time I was just getting into hardcore.
Yeah.
And it's so aggressive and there's so much passion behind it.
Yeah.
It's like, what is not to like about that CD?
Yeah. Are you
like,
going to go?
Every moment on that is just brilliant.
Are you going to go watch them? Because they're playing in the UK soon.
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't really get to this is awful, but I don't really get to live gigs much anymore.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, because most of my time's spent playing them.
They're playing at is it Tufnell Green Dome?
Yeah.
So, nearest.
Go on, you can do one now.
Well, I suppose if we're talking about ones that kind of come in your life and you're like, yeah, I'd say Tomb of the Mutilated by Cannibal Corpse.
Cool.
That was like, that album for me, it was kind of the first death metal album I ever got when I was really young. I was 14, and somehow I managed to buy it over the counter at HMV. And I remember, because obviously, I mean, if anyone's not seen the cover is of 2 lesbian zombies, one of them with his torso missing being licked out by the other next to a gravestone. It's awesome. But obviously my school would never let me bring it in, so I used to hide it in a Snoop Dogg CD case. So everyone used to think I was listening to Snoop Dogg when I actually listened to this blisteringly heavy death metal. And it was the first, because before that, I'm a bit younger than the rest of the band, so my first entrance into like heavy music before I found Cannibal Corpse was like Linkin Park and Slipknot and bands like that, which, I mean, I still listen to Slipknot on occasion, some of the older Linkin Park stuff, but the thing I liked about Slipknot was they were kind of like, oh, go and listen to these other bands, and I kind of found Cannibal Corpse through that recommendation, and then it all went downhill from there.
It flipped that switch.
Yeah, I just was like, oh my god, this is like the brutal, angry stuff I need, and for a while I was obsessed with death metal, and then it kind of branched out. Well, you do another one.
Every album ever by Will Haven.
Okay.
Because
everyone. I don't think that counts.
It does.
Say best of, even though I don't have one.
I'll just burn them all onto one CD.
There's no CD big enough.
Basically, because they kind of did, like, when I first heard them, I'd never really been exposed to, like, shouty music before, and I didn't like it. I had to come back to it, like, a couple of years later, once I understood the genre a bit more. I was a bit older. But it's kind of like, you know how, like, around punk, like the punk era, so many people saw sort of like, it's achievable, you can make this music, it's not, I don't want to say it's not that hard, because that makes it sound really bad, but their riffs are quite simple, but they're still amazing, and like the composition's great, and it's full of passion, but it's achievable, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that really sort of made me think maybe I could do this, and yeah, just everything they do is just absolutely golden.
Cool.
And they've had a big impact on the band, obviously.
Oh,
as well.
yeah, massively.
Yeah, no, I remember. we did a song. I remember.
Oh, what did we covered one?
Yeah, we did.
It was either Fisk or Lab Coats, I think.
I think it was Fisk.
I thought it was Saga.
No, it was something off the self-titled.
Oh yeah, because that was in Drop D, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Oh god, second one. I'd probably say, "In Absence of Truth" by ISIS was a one for me, because before I'd started listening to like bands like Neurosis and kind of the more stoner, sludgier doom sort of stuff, I wasn't really, as I say, I was really into my death metal, and I was really into it being brutal and fast and heavy and And then I sort of started to listen to some more. I'd always kind of had 70s prog kind of in the background because my dad was a massive 70s prog fan. I was hearing all this sort of stuff on vinyl. And then ISIS kind of came along with that album. I'd sort of heard about them, but I'd never really listened to them. And I heard the song Holy Tears, which was just this, it was this mixture of just groovy, heavy, with really harsh vocals, and this really beautiful, clean sections, and really sort of drone and atmospheric. And that album, really, I listened to that album so much. So that's another big one for me, because it was kind of a real mixture of really beautiful sounds mixed with really heavy sounds as well.
Cool.
Your third one?
Maybe not an album, but a track that has always been awesome for me is Liar by Henry Rollins. It was like the first time I ever heard that was on an episode of Beavis and Butthead. I've not ever heard anything like that before, and I was just like, that is amazing.
Cool.
And it holds up to this day. That track is awesome. We listened to it on the way to band practice quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good track, that one.
Just Henry Rollins in general, just such an incredible man.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to see his like spoken word live. Which was,
so jealous.
Which was really good. I travelled into London and one of the theatres there. It was really good. And I do enjoy some of like the Rollins band and some of his like was it Black Flag and things like that. Cool. And your third one, Danny?
First one that popped into my head, which I'm really thinking probably hits the most.
Cold Chamber.
Yeah, Cold Chamber's self-titled Platinum Edition album. No, I mean I don't mind Cold Chamber, but they're not in my top 100. Oh no, I'm going to get Cold Chamber Twitter beef. Don't hurt me, Des. I love you. I don't, but please don't. No, I'd probably say Smear Campaign by Napalm Death.
Cool.
Because I listened to Napalm Death for a long time, and I really was into kind of the grindcore stuff because I got into it from death metal. And then Smear Campaign came out, and it was just suddenly like, they're groovy now. Oh god, they're groove. Oh my god, this is heavy. And that song, When All Is Said and Done, which me and you blast a lot in the car, it's just like, it's just this perfect blend of relentless grindcore and just the sludgy, groovy riffs. And I could listen to Barney Greenway shout forever. His voice is incredible. Like an angry Doberman being pushed up. It's amazing.
Cool. Well, those are all really good albums and track as well.
Breaking the rules, Andy.
Breaking the rules, man. All right, now this one going. I go off on a tangent as well. But what are your hobbies away from music?
Oh my word! Did you like ask that to like completely expose us as horrible geeks?
I ask everyone.
I exposed you as a horrible geek.
You just play Magic, dude.
Dude, I love Magic the Gathering. Stop hating on my mana taps, bro. Just because you activated my trap card.
So I do a lot of video gaming. I do LARP, live action role play, which is just running around in the field dressed up, hitting people with rubber weapons.
But pretending to be.
Yeah, which is hilarious fun.
It is good fun. I've done that a couple of times. It is good fun.
I do a bunch of like tabletop stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Like Blood Bowl is my ultimate game.
Yeah, and you've got a blog, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, I've got.
You want to plug
ruining
that?
my street cred.
Street cred. I can't listen to this band anymore. He's got a blog. What a pretentious cunt.
Dizzy Rascal is never going to call me again.
Oh my god, he wants to express his feelings in the form of text. The horror.
Well, I know your blog is about Blood Bowl, so
It's mostly about Blood Bowl.
Mostly
yeah.
about Blood Bowl. So, did you want to plug that? Maybe get some people? No? All right.
Plug the blog. Plug the blog.
I will do it. I will do it.
There was an awesome like linked through a Blood Bowl page the other day. This awesome like band that are kind of like based on orcs called the Goth Rockers, and I kind of want to do like an orc band.
You should. That'd be awesome.
It's kind of like thrashy punk stuff, and I kind of liked it.
Okay. Cool.
Go on, Danny. What do you do?
What do I do in my spare time? Masturbate a lot.
Isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. No, I mean, I'm kind of, I've done a lot of kind of different hobbies in the past. Like I've done some LARPing. I do tabletop stuff. I've done like Dungeons and Dragons and play like role playing games because I'm a nerd. But I'm just a complete music fanatic. I'm just sort of consuming and writing music all the time. Like I always listen. I'm listening to a new album near enough every day, and I'm just I create music near enough every day. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I write that never gets used, but I love writing. I just keep writing stuff all the time. I read a lot. God, this sounds like a dating profile website.
Exactly what this is. Welcome to Match.com. Sponsors of the DJ46 podcast.
May I just say, that's a smashing blouse you have on.
You get 10% off if you use my my coupon code.
Oh, wow.
What do we have to type in, Barney?
For sex.
It's like completely straight to the point then.
Yeah.
I love the pop-ups you get on porno where it's like, try this before you wank. All these hot mums are gagging for it. They're like my favourite adverts. It's just so blunt and to the point. I wish those adverts would be on TV.
Oh, we've got what have we got? There's a dating site we have here called Cougar Life. And
is that specifically for older women?
It's fronted by older women who like are wanting younger men, and it's literally like this woman on this advert going, oh yeah, and telling the boys what to do and like paying for his drinks and things like that. And it was just like, it was really fucking weird.
Moving to the States.
Yeah. And she like breaks the fourth wall, looks at the camera and goes, I'm going to destroy the fuck out of him later.
I'm going to break his pretty little balls.
I'm going to have to wheel him back to his family in a wheelbarrow.
Put him back together and refill him. I mean, yeah, so other than rigorously masturbating, trying to get with older women, and petting my dog.
Hopefully not at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time. Vigorously masturbating on a cougar with my dog. RSPCA will be on the phone tomorrow. We're going to get so many angry tweets.
So many.
It's going to break down from all the hate we get.
Could be worse. We could be Kanye.
Oh my God, Kanye West.
You could be, but you know he's in a lot of debt. He's in.
Yeah. I just like to publicly say that all the proceedings that we get from our album will 100% go to not funding Kanye West. Because apparently we're white and we're not allowed to talk about him or to him.
No.
Recently said.
Yeah. Can't talk to him, can't talk about him.
No white publications can talk about Kanye West anymore.
Wow.
Because, I don't know, we're horrible people, apparently.
Yes. We're awful. Awful people.
I'm horrible. I'm completely horrible.
I am.
We're privileged. That's horrible.
Yeah, you live in Surrey.
Oh, yes.
And
I
Hampshire.
checked my privilege earlier. It's still there.
2 letters away from sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Thank you.
Every one of your American listeners will be like, they're all saying these weird words.
I get it all the time at work. They in fact, they encourage it. Okay. All right. Last question. Where can people find you online?
Everywhere.
All over the place. Facebook.
The deep web.
We have a Facebook like all good bands these days.
Yeah, of course. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have
Bandcamp.
we have Instagram, we have YouTube. We're on Pornhub.
And what are the the usernames for that? Like facebook.com / Monkey
BWD Band.
BWD Band. Is that all of them? Same thing?
If you search on Instagram for Victorian Whore Dogs, I'm pretty sure you'll find it pretty easily.
There's no one stupid enough to have the name Victorian Whore Dogs other than us, so we're pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think we're Whore Dogs on Twitter. Oh, we don't remember this stuff. What are you playing at?
We don't know these things.
But this is getting released on social media, so I need to link you to it so you can like it.
Media socials.
So I can so people can like it, and people can share it, and all things, because I've got sponsors for this show. So
wait,
you know,
who are your sponsors?
I am actually sponsored.
Who are you sponsored by?
A record label called Fixed.
Oh, cool.
They are based out here in the States. They release sort of electronic rock hybrid like music. They've just signed the Algorithm. You've heard of them?
Oh, nice, cool.
They've got Seething Akira as well, who you just played with at the festival you just played at.
Oh, the one down in Portsmouth.
Yeah, is it Icebreaker?
Yeah.
That was actually a really good festival.
Yeah, it was. It was good fun.
Seething Akira, they just signed to them, and I got the exclusive on my show, so
nice.
Which was cool. And they've got like Cell Dweller, Blue Starly, a guy called Richie Nix. They're all kind of like electronic hybrid, that kind of sound. So like kind of like Pendulum and Prodigy and
Pitch
things like
Shifter.
that. Yeah, Pitch Shifter. Yeah.
Therapy.
Yeah, so they sponsor my show, so we have that. But
they are a great label. I would like to express my love for them entirely.
So, do you actually have a website, or is it just your like social medias?
Yeah, we haven't really worried about doing a website, to be honest.
No, we've got a Bandcamp for downloads and physical copies of our music. We've got our Big Cartel for T-shirts.
There's also the label website as well, which is www.hibernacularrecords.com.
Okay.
He remembers that one, doesn't he?
Well, that's because I paid for it. But I mean, for Whore Dogs, is kind of the best way to keep in touch with us. Really, is our Facebook is the thing we use the most.
Cool.
Because it's kind of the best kind of platform for us. We can promote gigs that we're doing. I mean, we use our Twitter a fair amount, but we probably should use it a bit more.
Yeah.
But I mean, Facebook's kind of the big easy platform for us to kind of promote everything and get everything shared around, and everyone's on it 24/7. So
yeah,
yep.
So our Twitter is @whoredogs.
@whoredogs.
Yeah, I've just looked it up.
@whores.
And is that active?
Yes,
it is active. Yes. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I remember.
Yes, I think so.
I think it is. Put the thing on the Twitters.
The thing on the
Push
Twitters.
the thing on the Twitters. You need to tweet.
Tweet
Get
away.
on the money.
But yes, so this is going to come out after your Necrogobligon show. So good luck with that. I hope it goes well. Are you doing a launch show or anything like that?
Yeah, kind of. We're doing a show at the Face Bar in Reading on April the 1st.
Yeah, which is where we conveniently got thrown the metal to the masses last year.
Yeah.
Nicely enough, because it's again on tie with Marassa Molasses and Bones. He's booked the gig because he puts on gigs there quite regularly now for his Swamp and Wicked Boy promotions companies.
Yeah.
So he's decided for this one, because a fair few of the other shows we're kind of below them on the bill, because some of them are kind of places that he's got the gigs. So, like, we're kind of swapping them around each other, because it's not really, it's like not really headlining thing. This is a co-tour, so we're kind of sharing where we are on the bill.
Yeah.
Mostly for this one, he's got us headlining it, so that's going to kind of be an unofficial album launch type thing, because obviously we'll have them there, so it'll be like, yay!
And we've got a really good crowd in Reading. They really go for us for some reason.
Yeah, they're brilliant. It's like we've got like a second home there in Reading. They're great guys. We know a lot of them really well. They absolutely love our stuff. So
cool.
Seems kind of like makes a lot of sense, because for Hobo Chic we did something in Guildford which was really good, but for this time we want to kind of do something in the place that actually got us into Bloodstock and kind of try and have a bit of fun with them.
Cool. Well, that sounds good, guys. So, thank you for doing this. It's been fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good. So, good luck with the album. I'll be keeping an eye on how it does for you. and all that kind of stuff. See
When are you coming over next?
Sorry?
When are you coming over next?
I don't know. I really ran out of time last time. It was just, it wasn't long enough.
Do some shouting with us again.
Yeah, come on stage with us.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Obviously, if I'm back when there's something going on, I'll come along and see if I can remember anything from that bit. But yeah, no, that sounds good. So yeah, no, thank you again, guys, and I'll let you know obviously when this goes up.
Awesome.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, take it easy, guys, and yeah, good luck with the album, and I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, dude. Nice to talk to you again.
Yeah, it was nice to speak to you guys as well. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye. So there we have it. We're at the end of another podcast. Sorry, in a singing mood again. So yeah, that was Andy and Danny. Victorian Whore Dogs, Afternoonified, out now. Go get it. Follow them on the Twitters, follow them on the Facebooks, all that. Send them a message, say you checked out the interview, whether you enjoyed it or not. Leave me some feedback. That would be awesome. Rate and review, I think, is the term people use. Go onto the iTunes site, onto the DJ Force X page, and write a little review. Whether it's just about the bands or if it's just about the podcast in general, that would always help. I'm looking for more. I know a lot of you have downloaded these shows, and I just like that. If you can do that for me, it means I can publish this podcast out or get more guests on, because I'm looking to try and book some artists, and I'd like to have a lot of reviews just to show these people to say, look, it gets reactions. So if you could do that, that would be absolutely awesome. So then, until next time, this is DJ Force X out.